My name is Stephanie. This is my story. I grew up in a small country town. One pub, one store, school, police station, 3 churches and a skate park. Not much changes here. They say it takes 25 years to become a local. Well, I think most of the people here are locals. From the first time I caught a train into the city, I knew that there was so much variety, so many things to see and experience. Restaurants, art, festivals, all sharing a part of their culture. In the big city, everywhere you look, you can see it mixing with the Australian way of life. One of the less known cultures on the rise in Australia is the Korean culture. From grocery stores to restaurants, there are so many opportunities to experience a part of this country. But how much of their culture are we really getting? Sometimes the best way to really experience a place is to hop on a plane and go local. You know, I thought I knew a lot about Korea before I went there. I read lots of books about Korea. I talked to some people who had been to Korea. So I thought my knowledge about Korea was quite high. But then when I got there, I found that you can read as much as you want in a book, but things are totally different when you're in the country and amongst the people. There are cultures that you just can't write about, traditions and ways of life that you just can't put in a book. And it's not until I got there and was amongst the people that I saw how it all worked and how it all fitted together. And I really got a feeling and an understanding for these people. When I got back to Australia, I found that my experiences were common and there were many people going local to experience this rich culture.
We didn't know a great deal about South Korea before we arrived.
Just the hospitalities. We walk into the front room and there's just all the church elders and a couple of people in the traditional dress and they welcomed us in. And
so they like to practice their English and we looked English, so they were very helpful.
They were just as passionate of sport as we were.
We found that they had quite a good sense of humour and showed it.
There's a large lot of respect between different groups.
If you're old and you go to Korea, that's the best time to go because they respect age.
Can't say that you know a group of people from what they are in a different country because they've started to adapt to other ways of life.
And I think they got a better understanding of us too because they were asked us why we bothered to do all these things. I think they appreciated all that, didn't they? So it was a crossing of the culture. They didn't think anyone in another country would be interested in their culture and their history. And I think we showed that we were.
This is my story, but it could also be yours.